When it comes to leisure travel, Europe is the most frequently visited region in the world according to the UN World Tourism Organization. In fact, in 2019, it hosted just over half of the 1.5 billion international tourists traveling that year. Of course, in traveling, we want to maximize our budget to have more experiences. For today's video, we'll talk about the cheapest European countries to travel in 2022. But before that, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to be updated whenever we upload other videos. Now, get ready to know these European countries. First, we have Slovakia. Slovakia may be a new country, but it has a long and rich history and culture. The cities of Slovakia are hundreds of years old, with numerous festivals held throughout the year. Every Slovak region's way of life used to differ in the past. Therefore, local culture, folk clothing, and traditional dances differed from village to village and town to town. Traditional dance performances with national costumes, supported by live bands, are encouraged to be seen. Luknika and Sluk, the most popular dance groups, showcase the finest of folklore and dance art of Slovakia. In addition, the southern region of Slovakia has a temperate environment that is perfect for wine production. Although there are many noteworthy wines, Frankovka Modra, a red wine similar to Pinot Noir, should not be overlooked. Tokaj, a sweet white wine produced near the Hungarian border in the country's southeast region, is another unique Slovak wine. Food in Slovakia costs approximately $6 every meal, while lodging costs approximately $17 per night. Slovakia is an excellent spot to visit if you want to see a less touristy and more affordable country. Next is Albania. People who enjoy traveling to the beach will rejoice. Albania's various beaches along this Riviera are full of coves where you'll only encounter a few people in the off-season, such as September or October, because tourists are still discovering the country. The water is very clear and pure with a beautiful turquoise color. Albania is also rich in history, with the stunning UNESCO cities of Berat and Gjirokastër containing some of the most beautiful Ottoman-era homes. Butrint, an ancient Greek and later Roman city, is another noteworthy site. Albania is one of the cheapest and most beautiful nations to visit in Europe, with meals costing under $5 per meal and lodging costing as little as $9 per night. If you want to travel Europe for half the price, here is the place to go. We also have Poland. If you're on a diet, don't go to Poland. Go there with the goal of eating and taking advantage of the excellent must-try food, because no vacation to Poland is complete without a hearty dish of pierogi with a side of kapusta, followed by a piece of makołek or paczki. Mountains, forests, and lakes abound, and don't even get me started on how stunning Poland is when snow blankets every outdoor surface. One of the most compelling reasons to visit Poland is its natural beauty, especially when you're heading out for the city and into nature. Food in Poland costs roughly about $6 every meal, while hostel lodging starts at $8 per night. Poland is the place to be if you're seeking for a country with a Western European atmosphere, yet a reasonable price. Next on the list is southern Spain. The famous Alhambra, General Life Gardens, and Nasrid Palaces in Granada should be visited by anybody traveling to southern Spain. Include at least one day in the famous Pueblos Blancos in the highland city of Ronda if you're planning an Andalusia road trip. In addition, one of the nicest things to do in southern Spain is to relax on the beaches. The Costa del Sol boasts a beach for everyone, with hundreds of blue flag beaches. Each one has crystal clear water and impeccably maintained fine sand. Accommodation in southern Spain may cost as little as $17. As a result, southern Spain is one of the greatest destinations to visit if you want to have a traditional European vacation at a much more inexpensive cost. Moving forward, we have Estonia. Estonia boasts one of Europe's greatest numbers of huge animals. Wolves, moose, deer, and brown bears may be seen during a forest walk. When driving in Estonia, however, be cautious because any of these creatures can run into the road. In addition, most Estonian islands are tiny and deserted, providing opportunities for birdwatching, canoeing, sailing, and fishing. On certain islands, you might just discover a tranquil spot that's still wild enough for a true nature escape. Estonia is also home to some of the world's largest islands, which are rich in cultural and natural history. Traveling around Europe might be costly, but Estonian costs are reasonable when compared to other European destinations. Travelers may usually avoid astronomically expensive prices on tourist attractions because it is still relatively unknown and receives fewer visitors than other countries. Next is Latvia. Latvia is known for its inexpensive and excellent spas. Spa Riga is one of the Baltic states' internationally recognized 5-star spa centers. A whole day at Spa, a 5-star luxury spa including facials, body cleanses, hour-long massages, and pool sauna treatments, and a 2-course gourmet lunch with champagne. Latvia is a very affordable country when compared to other European countries. For less than $16, you can get a delicious lunch, rent a car for a week for less than $200, and spend a night in a comfortable hotel for less than $40. When the tourist traffic increases in the summer, prices rise. Autumn is the best time to find inexpensive flights and lodging, making your trip even more reasonable. Next on the list is Georgia. Georgian cuisine is an interesting blend of Persian and Mediterranean cuisines, reflecting the country's geographic location at the crossroads of both. Almonds, yogurts, seafood, and cheese are frequently featured in its delectable Mediterranean cuisine. For a small country, Georgia has a lot of magnificent attractions, including 3 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Svetitska Valley Cathedral and the historic town of Mtskheta, where part of the cross on which Jesus was crucified is said to be housed, and the cave towns of Opstike and Vardzia, both of which were built to protect Christian locals from being persecuted by warlike tribes, are 2 of our must-see highlights. Georgian food costs about $2 every meal, and lodging is about $9 per night, which is perhaps the cheapest in Europe. Joining the list is Ukraine. Ukraine's architecture is one of its most well-known features. The golden domes that dot Kyiv's skyline are an emblem of Ukrainian architecture. From the Kievan Rus era until the present day, approximately 900 churches and cathedrals have been created. The most notable is St. Sophia's Cathedral, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Other structures such as theaters, universities, and mansions can be found all across the country. Ukraine, as a former Soviet republic, is home to Soviet architecture, often known as Stalinist architecture. It is impossible to fully appreciate a country without sampling its cuisine. Food traditions in Ukraine have evolved through the ages, with many influences from neighboring countries. The majority of Ukrainian recipes are heavily flavored and involve multiple heating stages. However, because of the current conflict with Russia, it will be some time before we can travel to Ukraine again. But it remains one of my favorite countries in Europe, and when the country reopens, they will need tourists more than ever. So make sure to visit when that time comes. Ukraine has some of the most affordable accommodation in Europe, with a reputable hostel costing under $5 per night. Food in Ukraine is also very inexpensive, costing roughly $4 per meal. Ukraine is highly recommended if you are searching for a unique area to visit in Europe with a magnificent blend of nature and culture. Last but not the least is Hungary. The countryside of Hungary is full of naturally gorgeous scenery, and the greatest part is that they're typically untouched and pristine. Hungary's countryside is both gorgeous and tranquil, from the natural vistas of Hortobágy National Park to the spectacular caves of Lilleford. Hungary's thermal waters are well known around the world, and the country has taken advantage of this natural resource by building a slew of thermal baths and spas with medicinal benefits. It's time to kick back and relax in exotic surroundings, from the world's largest thermal lake to thermal baths inside the labyrinth of caves. A typical supper in Hungary costs around $7, but if you seek hard enough, you may locate a large piece of falafel for around $3. In a hostel, lodging costs around $13 per night, which is significantly less than in Western Europe. So what are your thoughts about the cheapest European countries to travel in 2022? Which among these countries would you consider including in your bucket list? Let me know your answers in the comments below. Well, make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell to be updated whenever we post new videos. If you want more videos like this, you can always check out our channel. As always, this is the Luxe Luxury channel. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video.